I'm here with Sharira Thomas, who is the vocational coordinator at the Salvation Army's residency program. And before we get into, all the great things that you're doing over there, you've actually had a pretty interesting background too. And you've done your bouts of prison and have been able to get out of the lifestyle. So give us just a little background about, how you got to where you are today.
For almost 30 years, I struggled with addiction, several rehabs. I've been to the Salvation Army actually 3 times. The first time I went to the Salvation Army, it was really effective. I left there and had a long period of sobriety, and I stopped programming, and I had the great job, the great life going on, and I just kind of thought I could handle it on my own. And so I ended up relapsing, ended up in prison for a year for trafficking and for a gun. And when I got out of prison, I was just really hopeless. And I ended up back at Salvation Army a couple times. And the last time I really just kind of leaned into what they had to offer and ended up being successful. I found a relationship with Jesus Christ, and that was instrumental in changing everything. So I ended up being the intake coordinator at the rehab that I was at the Salvation Army. And 4 years later, I was promoted into the vocational coordinator position, where I now get to really help people with the next level. You come out of rehab, you've got all these new skills and ideas, but what are you going to do next? So the vocational program is like a next step for people who are coming out of homelessness, out of treatment, out of incarceration, to help them find out what is next. Like, we help you get training, safe place to live while you're going through our life skills class, which we do through After Orange. So that's teaching people.
Thank you for the partnership. We appreciate it too.
Yes, very grateful. The partnership, let's go back to that, has changed this vocational program, because we do an 8-week class that teaches people, first of all, what do you want to do with your career? Let's think like short-term, life-changing careers. So figure out what you want to do. We're going to help you build your resume. We're going to give you some training on professionalism, job situations, like how to talk to your boss, how to talk to your coworkers, what not to say, how not to end up in HR.
Yeah,
that's a real thing for people. Sometimes people aren't sure how to behave in that setting.
And to your point, because we were just talking right before we started recording, to your point is they also need training on basic things like domestic things, how to clean your house, how to clean, take a bath properly. Like, that's what you were kind of talking about. And you had mentioned that sometimes people think that these things are funny, like, how could you not know how to do these things? Mm-hmm. But tell me a little bit of like the situation. Why would they be in a situation where they didn't know how to cook, or they didn't know how to even like buy groceries? You know what I mean?
Okay. So a lot of times people that have ended up in these kind of situations, homelessness, addiction, they may have possibly grown up in a situation like that with their own parents. Maybe their parents weren't there. Maybe they had absent parents. Maybe they've been moved around and shuffled around in foster care. Maybe their parents were addicts and they didn't get those life skills that a lot of people may think are something that you should know by the time that you're an adult, like how to clean a house. Maybe nobody cleaned their house, and they're coming from homelessness, where cleaning themselves and cleaning a house, what house? They didn't have one, was not a priority. They're just trying to survive. They're just trying to make it day by day without anything dangerous happening to them. So we'd like to really make sure that we touch on hygiene, and not just physical hygiene, but like sleep hygiene, mental health hygiene, all those kind of things all are contributing factors to being successful in, the workforce. So, with the life skills class, we can help them with those things. How to dress for success. Make sure that, you brush your teeth every day when you go to work, and your hair and your clothes are washed. All those things are very important. And some people might be too embarrassed to ask for it. So we're just going to give it to them.
No, and we don't think about those things that you would need to teach these things, but they are very important. Just those, those basic human needs are very important, So we appreciate that you guys have the residency program even going on there, because we know that when people get out of prison, that's especially, or off the streets, that's one of the biggest things that holds people back, is that they don't have a safe place to live. Yeah. And so they end up going back on the streets. They end up going back into prison because because they're in a place that's not safe. And so that is just a huge, we're so thankful and blessed to feel, to partner with you guys on that level, because it's just so important, that part of it,
Yes.
So I guess if people want to get involved in the Las Vegas area, because that's where the program is, in terms of maybe helping with some of these classes, they could either reach out to After Orange, or they could reach out to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we could, figure some type of partnership out, because I think there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of great knowledge and could really contribute a lot of knowledge and wisdom to the program. And
yes, of course.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want people to know about the program, or what you're looking for? Oh, there's a graduation coming up this Thursday.
Yes, we are celebrating our graduates, our completers, this Thursday at 3:00 here at 35 West Owens at our Hope Chapel. And we just really want them to feel accomplished, because they are accomplished. They spent 8 weeks in this program. And I have watched people absolutely blossom. People that wouldn't say a word, were very, had a very thick shell on. They've opened up through the class, and now that they have a lot to say and that they have a bright future. There's people that have already gotten jobs and that are on their next step, which would be our trade, going to trade school for something. We've got somebody going to phlebotomy class. We've got a couple people that just went through CDL school. We have a girl that's in IT right now. So, these are life-changing, short-term trainings, that can change the trajectory of somebody's career. So we're real excited about that. We're going to have a certificate ceremony, and just some food and some cake, and just really let them know that we care about them and that we support them.
Awesome. So if anybody's interested in going down there to support, we will put a link to the location and just the time and everything, or give you guys the address. But we appreciate you so much, and we are really excited to continue, building out this program, because it's very beneficial and impactful in the community. So thank you for all of your great work, Sharira.
And thank you for partnering us. We really appreciate it. And like I said, it has just elevated our program. We're so grateful.
Yes, we're very thankful for you, and grateful for you as well.